All right, everyone. So, the practice that I would like to share with you today is a practice exploring the verb-like nature of seeing. This practice is a way of experiencing the wholeness and oneness that is. And so, I think you'll find it very, very helpful and at the very least interesting. So, like with any practice, get comfortable, relax, relax the body. Feel grounded in the seat that you're in. Take some deep breaths. You just want to settle into this space. You may choose to bring attention to an area of the body where the breath is more prominent, just as a way of grounding into the space. Maybe the chest or the abdomen or nostrils. Just noticing the rhythm of breathing. Now, if you haven't already, close your eyes. You'll notice that the eyelids are closed, but the eyes are still seeing. What the eyes are seeing is a dark screen or field. There may be slight activity from light going on, but all of that is happening within this dark field. So this dark field is what's primary. So gently bring attention to this dark field. Just notice the presence of this dark field more palpably. Move attention out towards what seems like the edge of the dark field. Just explore it for a moment. See if you can actually find a border, a boundary, a limit to this dark field. When I look, I cannot find an edge or a boundary to this dark field. It has no boundary. It is a boundless dark field. There is no edge in experience. We can always imagine an edge, but in experience itself, there is no edge. There is no boundary. Now look to see if you can actually find a center to this dark field. There may be a sense of a center, but that's not the same as the truth or proof of a center. That too is simply appearing within this boundless dark field. I cannot find a center to this dark field. And given that it has no boundary, it cannot have a center, no matter what thinking says. And given that there is no center, and that there can't be a center, or even a sense of center, notice that there's no true center. Given that there's no center, it cannot be a center or even a sense of center. That's noticing that there is no true center. There is just this dark field, boundless and centerless. Notice that there isn't actually a body that's being experienced. There's sensing. There may be hearing, the verbing of the senses. There may even be thinking arising that all of this is happening to a body. But notice that all of that is arising within this boundless dark field, without any experiential evidence of sensing having to do with a body. There is simply this dark field within which sensing is arising. Let's look at this idea of sensing in the body more closely. Open eyes. Notice that there is seeing. Let these questions wash over you. Soften the tendency to think about your experience. Soften the tendency to interpret your experience through language. Just soften the loudness of all concepts for a moment. In the absence of language, and in the absence of referring to thought, ask yourself, can I actually find separation in seeing? Is there actually seeing objects? Is there seeing and then objects that are seen? Can we actually find a point where seeing ends and what we're calling objects begin? Or is it more our experience that this colorful field is how seeing itself is appearing? that this is what seeing looks like. Within seeing, there is the appearance of shapes and colors, what we conventionally call objects. When we reference thought, it could seem that there is the appearance of a room, there is the appearance of a body, there is the appearance of things upon and around the body. But all of these colors and shapes, these concepts and ways of dividing and defining experiencing, this experiencing, are all appearing within experiencing. These are all appearing within seeing as seeing. Rest as this seeing. Is it true that the body is what's seeing? The body is appearing within seeing. Can what's perceived be what's perceiving? Does that make any sense? Just rest with that question for a moment. Can what's perceived be what's perceiving? Can an object that's seen be what's seeing? Over here, it's clear that seeing is simply appearing as the appearance of a body, objects, colors, and shapes. And without these labels, there's just this simple, silent, vivid, boundless, dimensionless seeing that all visual experiences, textures, and interpretations are appearing within. Close eyes briefly once more. Bring attention to the sense of being. You may notice it as a palpable sense of aliveness, a sense of spaciousness, a non-conceptual, felt knowing that there is here-ness, this sense of being here. It does not require thought to notice. It is prior to thought. This sense of being is our touchstone for truth. There are no boundaries to the sense of being. There is no center to the sense of being. There is no separation in the sense of being. No concepts, thoughts, or beliefs can stick or define the sense of being. This sense of being The felt sense of what we are is already free. It is already whole and complete. So whenever it seems like there's separation in experience, I welcome you to explore as we have today. Notice the inherent qualities of the sense of being, and then bring that same felt knowing and an attitude of curiosity to other aspects of sensing. In one way of looking at it, sensing is the vibrant mirror image of the sense of being. We can always find the qualities of wholeness and completeness in sensing if we're willing to place more importance on our experience of experiencing rather than our thinking about experiencing. So with that, I invite you to open your eyes again. Slowly enter back into this space. Thank you for exploring with me.